Welcome to the Verdin Verdict Sports Show. I'm your host, Jacob Verdin. Hope everybody had a good week. Give yourself a little round of applause. You made it till Friday. You got the Super Bowl on Sunday. I'll give you my picks for the big game at the end of the stream. We'll talk about Lane Kiffin, his press conference, what he told us, what information we learned. Let's Sam Leavitt update. QB1 taking the field. Women's basketball losing to Texas last night, ripping my heart out. One more special thing at the end, too. I don't want to spoil it. We'll keep you suspensed all stream long. Hit that thumbs up button as per usual. Live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's get it going. Mr. Lane Kiffin. Damon, good morning. I see you in the chat, man. Bright and early. Hope that interview went well, my guy. You're going to have to let me know how you did. Lane Kiffin, though. So first press conference that we got from him. I posted a video of it. If you didn't check it out, wait till the stream's done. Hop out and go check it out. First thing that really stuck out to me was just him talking about how successful this turnaround has been at LSU so far, even with the multitude of factors that you have. Obviously, Brian Kelly's getting fired. That usually blows up about half your damn roster. Now it turns into a roster retention game, and not to mention the fact that you had a damn playoff run at the same exact time. You had an offensive coordinator and a running back coach and more hands. Really wear two hats at one time, if you will. So while you're trying to build a roster and keep a roster from jumping ship, you got another guy at another school still trying to help that school win in your same conference. So that kind of confused things as well. But he left us with a line that I think is pretty true, especially with the distractions and the drama, if you will, that have happened through the last recent weeks. He said, if you can have success in this period, it excites him for the future at LSU. Imagine like if they can do this now with all this noise, it'll just keep getting easier and easier and easier, especially if LSU has success on the football field. Then you can pitch that rather than the potential or the what ifs. Now it's the actuals, the actualities. So that's very cool. I also like the comment he made about evaluating talent because there's something to getting the number one ranked guys. Of course, naturally. I love to get the Jordan Seatons. I love to get the Sam Leavitts, the Prince Wells. Those are great signings, and it's how you get the number one portal, right? But there's not all rankings are going to be 100% accurate, in my opinion. And like it builds hype, and naturally it increases your chances of success because the higher ranked, the better chances you get of having a high quality player. But sometimes the rankings are wrong. Sometimes number one isn't always number one. You see this with the AP poll. You see this with college football playoff ranking shit. You see it in the NFL or the NBA with the draft. Sometimes the number one guy isn't always the number one guy. It might be a safe choice or whatever the case may be. So having a system, the eye test, like our guy G Sports says, having a process where you can evaluate talent and put a real deal dollar value on them and say, okay, he's actually worth this. This is how important he will be to our scheme. This is how he'll be able to benefit us. He can be a key piece in this area, whatever the case may be, because if you can get those second and third string players, you now have depth at all areas that keeps practice competitive, that keeps the starters from being complacent. Like, I don't got to do shit today. My role is set. The practices when you have backups going against the starters who are not afraid, who think, hey, man, I don't care about this. This could be my job just as much as it is his. That makes the team better. If your practice is just a walkthrough and nobody's taking it serious and the backups know they're the backups and they're not going to get any PT and they're not going to try to compete with the starters, your team will not get better. If your team has dogs, though, from the first group to the second group to the third group, now you're in a situation where you have competition, where your team is actually going to have a difficult practice Monday through Saturday and then, or, Monday through Friday. Then when Saturday comes around, you're able to execute and the game actually goes not necessarily easy, but easier than it would have been if you have a shittier team. So the system, the eye test, the process, being able to find a diamond in the rough, being able to actually use the money in the proper way is one of the biggest takeaways I had from Lane Kiffin's press conference. Like, it's great to get Seaton and Leavitt. They're both huge pieces, number one in their positions. You can't do that with everybody, though. If you need a linebacker, a wide receiver, a tight end, you can't keep getting number one. You're going to run out of money. The CSC is going to come knocking every damn day at that point. So to be able to make the moves like Seaton and Leavitt, you're going to have to be able to make those other moves accordingly with the supporting cast to be able to get that class that you got. Sam Leavitt, Jordan Seaton, Prince Wells, TJ Dottery, Jace Brown, Eugene Wilson, all these great pieces. To be able to secure those, you had to find some very key pieces to fill in the holes. You got 40 damn transfers. Not everyone's going to be worth $4 million. Seton and Leavitt combined are probably worth almost $8 million. But if you did that for everybody, you ain't going to be able to just breathe in terms of your collective and how much money you're spending in the rev share. You're going to have Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos donate to LSU to be able to keep that afloat, if you will. So it allows you, when you're evaluating talent properly in the transfer portal, it allows you to take the shots that they took on a Jordan Seton or on a Sam Leavitt or on all of these pieces. You can spin buku in one area because the others are scouted very, very well. I wouldn't just buy a recruit based off of the rank. And obviously Lane Kiffin's not doing that. So very good. Saw the tape. Price is right. Save money. Now you can potentially find the slept-on recruits, the guys that you wouldn't have noticed, and some of the guys that you would have been like, how the hell did he go under everybody's radar? So, like I said, not every ranking's right. Not every prospect will pan out, but just finding that balance, getting your ones, getting your under-the-radar guys, getting the practice to be competitive, I think that has all boats rise, unless you will succeed because of it. Now, let's talk about your play. Or not your play caller. Let's talk about your signal caller, your quarterback, your head honcho, if you will. QB1, Sam Leavitt. Got an update on his condition. And we talked about this whenever he got signed, right? Everybody, and I get it. Like, there's not a bad aspect to this, but I just think that sometimes some things are overblown. With the Liz Frank injury, everybody's worried about, oh, he's going to miss the entirety of spring. How is he going to transition? How is he going to get chemistry with the offense? How is he going to do this? How is he going to do that? Stop worrying. There ain't even nothing to worry about. He's going to be able to be active in spring. Will he do 11 on 11? No. He'll do 7 on 7. He'll still be able to throw. And I want to talk about this virtual reality piece one more time because nobody's harping on this enough. And I've got to harp on it. I'm sorry. It's huge. It's huge for simulating competition. It is as immersive. You're not in the game, sure, but you damn near feel like it. It's the equivalent to people riding a roller coaster on a damn VR headset and getting sick or throwing up or thinking that they're in the damn place getting scared. Like, this is huge from an offensive development standpoint, in my opinion, because now you don't have to worry about an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman rolling up on your quarterback who's got a lower extremity injury. He can simulate. He can do the pre-snap diagnosis. He can snap and see how the front is moving, but he doesn't have to risk injury. And it's modern technology. The way that you prepare for a football game today is not the way that you prepared 10 years ago. So it's everything. It might not translate 100% to the football field, but it's better than nothing. And obviously with what Jaden Daniels was able to do with it, it had some benefit in that. When he's on his Heisman run, everybody keeps talking about how pivotal the VR headset was for him. I think I have to bring it back up into the topic of discussion. If you can keep Sam Leavitt off his feet, still allow him to be able to throw, okay, yeah, sure. You give him some 7-on-7 periods where there's no lineman pushing after him, chasing him, whatever the case may be. Because even if you put a red jersey on him, accidents happen. A D lineman can push the shit out of an offensive lineman, push him right back into his quarterback, and then everybody goes down like a bunch of bowling pins. So things happen. Now, naturally, you don't want to put him in that situation, but that's why the VR headset's so pivotal. You don't have to risk his health. Now he's out there with damn code instead of actual real players, but it still simulates and benefits in the exact way a live competition would. I'm going to be real. You got pilots using VR training now, dog. If you can trust an Air Force pilot who's flying a fighter jet to train and get all of his just all his experience through a VR simulator, you can trust your quarterback to be able to get some chemistry with his guys. Now, naturally, I think the biggest question mark is going to be the offensive line. Lane said it himself. That's the position group that really has to communicate the best, that really has to have the best combination. They're all working together. They're all on the same page. It's 5 different people coming from all different places, and you got to be able to, have them have one common goal. With a quarterback, it's a little bit easier because you can build a system around him, and then the pieces are all going to be cut to his cloth. But with offensive linemen, there's more moving pieces, more moving parts. Even a defensive line doesn't have as many of moving parts as your 5-man front on the offense. So if they can succeed, they can communicate, they can step up, I think Sam Leavitt's job gets that much easier, in my opinion. But I do think Lane Kiffin, obviously the best head coach for Sam Leavitt. If you looked at the way that he's developed quarterbacks, his last 3 in Trinidad, Chambers, Jackson, Dart, and even Matt Corral, I'll say elevated greatly. They all performed better, not only than their expectations, but just in previous situations. I think Sam Leavitt, he had success at Arizona State. Of course, he had great talent around him. They had the great college football playoff run. You got Scat. You got a great coach in Dillingham. But I think the flashes that he's shown of his potential, I don't even think we're close yet. And I think that's why Lane Kiffin took this so seriously. I mean, you heard him talk about not taking no for an answer. Sam Leavitt leaves Baton Rouge. He's got a few more visits planned. He's not even in your state anymore. And you fire up that private jet, hawk him down, and show him, dog, I'm serious. Like, I know this is a big university and we got options, and yeah, maybe we might be interested in Damon Williams. But this goes back to my point I made during that saga. Lane Kiffin is no idiot, guys. He knows how to recruit. You can recruit two players at once. Newsflash. You could do it in a way where you don't piss one of them off. I highly, highly, highly doubt in his situation you blow up that visit and you don't leave it on a good note, because what happens if Damon doesn't come? Everybody was taking it for granted that Damon was 100% getting in the portal and coming to LSU. He could have gotten the portal and got offered by Miami or Oregon or Indiana or a plethora of other schools. Like, there wasn't a guarantee that was going to happen. I think Lane Kiffin and Sam Leavitt had a good enough connection this entire time because of the potential and what Lane sees in him from a developmental standpoint. Once again, that's why he went chase after him. That's why he got him. I think that it'll be an interesting season this year, but I'll double down on it one more time. It's not going to be contingent on how healthy he is. It'll be contingent on how that offensive line plays and protects him. Because he'll be able to be fine and mobile and make his reads and be the Sam Leavitt that we've saw in the past if that offensive line can protect him. If he gets touched, if he doesn't have time to make decisions, going to make your job a little difficult. So that's going to be the main thing. Spring ball is going to start up here soon. We'll be breaking it down as per usual. Stay tuned. Come on. Switch gears. LSU women's basketball yesterday versus Texas. Loss in a rematch. It was close. On the road, you live and you learn. Come on. Michaela Williams was your leading scorer at 20 points per game. I expected her role to increase. We talked about it throughout the first few months of the season as you're playing your non-conference schedule. It's not too competitive. You don't really need much points. It's an opportunity to be able to test your younger depth. Just see what you got. So people like Michaela, Flage, there's no point really pushing them, getting them into a situation where they have to play a 30-minute mark in a game, or they have to shoot all the shots, or they're pushing their, battery level to a point of exhaustion. Now you get to see them get into their roles as you're entering really the thick of your SEC schedule, and you're creeping up to the tournament. You're creeping up to March Madness in less than a month. Now you're going to let it all fly. You're going to leave it all out there. You're going to put all your dogs in formation, if you will. The bench was the story of the game, though, in my opinion. LSU's bench, 23 points. Texas's bench, 34 points. Texas's freshman guard came off the bench, 16 points, 5 rebounds. She didn't play a minute in the game in the PMAC in Baton Rouge. That's going to be a pivotal story going forward if LSU plays Texas. The first time in the PMAC, you win by 5, and the bench production for Texas was not as good. Shit, then you have Sid Berry coming off the bench for Texas, giving them 10. She had 0 in Baton Rouge. So you get 26 more points off the bench today or yesterday than you did in that first game. Is a little interesting in terms of the way that the rotations were played here. Now, you had a little bit of an issue with your turnovers, and it came from the full court press and then making you make tough decisions, and every pass matters. You saw Jada Richard inbound and throw right into a double team, right into a trap, immediately turn the ball over. So those moments are going to be magnified, and it makes it tougher on the offense to be able to produce, if you will. Now, 19 turnovers. Michaela had 5 alone. Full Wiley had 6. Mulkey stood up for Full Wiley, though, saying, like, it's tough putting her in this position, asking her to be a point guard for a portion of the game and then switching her to the wing for another portion of the game. Like, she's kind of, I'm not going to compare her to Haley Van Lith, trying to find her footing in a role of a lot of, a team of a lot of key players, but it's like sometimes they are having trouble putting her in a right spot. And I think Full Wiley's a very, very talented player. It's just about finding her role in this team when you got Michaela, when you got Flage, when you got Zakaya, when you got Jada Richard. It's just, not everybody can eat at the same time. Poor shot selection, though, all game long. Mulkey said that's damn near a turnover in and of itself. You got 19 turnovers, but then you got Jada shooting 1 of 10 from the field, Flage shooting 3 of 14, the whole team shooting 38% from 3. It happens. right? It happens. You're the best damn scoring offense in the country. You deserve one night off, right? I know Malky wouldn't like to hear me say that, but it happens. It's basketball. Can't have everything go perfect. Now, naturally, you want it to go perfect, but you can't have everything go perfect every damn time. 97 points per game for the LSU women's team right now, number one in the country. They're dominating in other areas too, though. Third in the country in rebounds at 48 per game, second in point differential at 38, third in field goal percentage at 51.8. Look, you're doing something right. You're doing something right. There's no point right now to bag on yourself and get pissed off because you got one of the biggest games, quite frankly, under Mulkey that you've had in a long time with South Carolina creeping up. I can't lie. You have one more game in between them. They play on Super Bowl Sunday, 1 p.m. versus Auburn on the road. Then you get a whole week to prepare for Dawn in South Carolina. A whole week. Nice bye week. Comes at the perfect time. Won't be this Saturday, but next Saturday, February 14th versus number 3 South Carolina at 7:30 in the PMAC. This will be huge for a narrative. I can't lie. Because LSU's dropped 17 straight to South Carolina. One more time. If you didn't hear me, I'll say it again. Listen closely. LSU lost 17 in a row to South Carolina women's basketball. You're going to have to turn this one around. South Carolina's obviously a dog. 3 titles in a 7-year span, 2017, 2022, 2024. This is going to test LSU's championship caliber status, though, for this year. If you get boat raced, I'm going to be a little worried. I'll call a spade a spade. You don't even have to win it definitively. I mean, look, I'll take a 3-point loss or something. If it's close, if it's a 1 or 2 possession game, I could live with it. If you get steamrolled, different story. Can't lie to you. So it's going to be something to keep tabs on. You're going to get to see a lot from LSU here versus South Carolina. You're going to get to see how far they're going to go, how serious they are, them versus one of the best teams in the country, who split the season series with Texas, who is damn near, on your level in that terms. If you're going to be able to actually make it in this tournament, you're going to have a decent shot at winning this game. Don't have to win it outright. I'm not going to put that on you. I'd like to see it to break that damn 17-game win streak, but hey, it is what it is. Shout out Malky. Shout out the team. They're doing good on a nice little run. Hopefully they keep it going. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, man. Big game coming up. You got a lot of players representing LSU, few players represent Louisiana. Got some fellow boot boys in the Super Bowl this Sunday. I'll give you a list of names to watch. Not all of them are born here. Just a lot of them played at Louisiana colleges. Let's start with the obvious ones. Will Campbell, left tackle, went to LSU from Monroe. Shout out to the boy, Big Will. He'll be a key piece into this game. I'll break it down a little bit when I give my pick. I won't spoil it too early. Keishawn Boutte, wide receiver, went to LSU. Went to New Iberia. A lot of people gave him some shit. I can't lie. The last year at LSU didn't go the way that everybody wanted it to when he was down in that number 7. And I think it's easier said than done, right? It's easier said than done. It's really tough to live up to the bill. It's a lot of great players on that jersey number. So getting compared to them, naturally, if you don't have a breakaway season, it's going to look like you're lackluster. He's obviously been able to turn it around at the pro level. Took him a little bit. But when you get someone like Stephon Diggs on the other side of you, it's easier to match up against corners. People aren't going to be pointing as much attention to you. Then I want to point this out as well. I mean, Doc, he's practicing against Christian Gonzalez. And not to say that he's getting guarded by Gonzalez every single time. Iron sharpens iron, baby. He did it over there at LSU with Sting. Now he can do it over here in New England with one of the best corners in the NFL. Then you got Clavon Chassel, linebacker, played for LSU from Houston. But come on, man. Got to rep the LSU guys. Braden Swinson, the edge from LSU. He is on the active roster. Hadn't got a lot of play time yet, but got to show the boys some love, man. Got Milton Williams, DN, played for LA Tech. He's from Texas. And then Jaquelin Roy, our boy, friend of the show, played for LSU, went to ULAM. On the practice squad right now, man. But come on, shout out J. Roy. Got to show him some love as well, too. Then the Seahawks, they got one. Anthony Bradford, offensive lineman from LSU. Not from the boot, but still showing love to the purple and gold, man. Got some names to watch. Patriots got a hell of a lot of them, though. If you look, they got Will, they got Keyshawn, they got Clavon, they got Braden, they got Milton, they got J-Roy. Seahawks just got A.B. Come on, man. Got to be proud. Get a boy some damn love right here. Making a Super Bowl. Will Campbell making it in his first damn year. I mean, good night. At that point, like, if you win the Super Bowl, Will, retire. No, I'm joking. No. All right, Super Bowl pick. My gut's telling me to ride with the Seahawks. I was thinking so long this morning about this for you guys. I was trying to get you to lock. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Seahawks are so damn juiced. They're minus 235 on the money line. This is interesting. I don't know. They've been dominant. It's their defense. Their defense is making me feel like that because Drake May's been a little rocky. Like, it hadn't been horrible, but in terms of a Super Bowl winning quarterback, like last week, or not last week, but when he played the Broncos, 86 yards. And then, yeah, the weather was bad, so I'm not trying to say he should have thrown for $1 million, but dog, that don't win me over. You know what I mean? That makes me a little nervous versus this defense, in my opinion. Then when he played the Texans, he did all right. 3 touchdowns, 179 yards, 1 pick. Not bad, especially versus that defense. But look, Sam Darnold last week versus the Rams, 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Sam Darnold more experienced too, so I'm even more worried from that regard because Drake May's young. And it's not to say that the inexperienced guy can't win, but like, let's look at Joe Burrow versus Matthew Stafford in that Super Bowl years ago. I'll quote Cam Jordan, not on everything. I'll quote Cam Jordan on saying a Super Bowl is partially a quarterback award. You're going to need a good quarterback to lead you in those moments. It's going to be a clutch game. You're going to have to be accurate. You're going to have to make tough decisions. And then the pressure's going to be on, and you're going to have to not let it mount. You're going to have to be able to just alleviate it and dime. And I think Sam Darnold has like more of the chip on the shoulder than anybody in this game because he's shown NFL how dumb the Vikings are, bro. I can't lie. They almost had an opportunity to give him an extension last year. He had a crazy year in Minnesota, 4,300 yards, 35 tuds, 12 picks. This year, he put up 4,000 yards, 25 tuds, 14 picks, and he's in a Super Bowl a year later. So, I mean, they look just plain stupid for not extending him with the quarterback troubles that they have over there in Minnesota. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. In the division with the Packers, I don't want them to have a dog. Patriots are a little younger. Here's the key. I said Will Campbell will be a key in my pick. Here is where he comes into play. The pass rush. Will Campbell's been getting some flack. We stood up for him the other day. We're talking about he's a rookie versus top defenses. It's tough. You got to cut your teeth, dog. Tough situation. You got to step up here, though. It's the biggest game of your life. There's no moment like the present, bro. If he slows down the defensive rush, you give Drake May some time, I think this could be a closer game. I don't think the Patriots win, but I don't think the Seahawks smushed them in the way that everybody's anticipating. It'll come down to that rush. It'll come down to them targeting Will Campbell and how can he respond to that test. I think he can respond. I think it could be a nice little close one. I do think Seattle wins, though. I love the Patriots. It's tough. Look at all the LSU players we just talked about. And then I got to toot my own horn one more time because, look, it's the last NFL game. I did a preseason NFL dramatic hot takes, 2 flaming hot takes. You can go back and look. I told y'all this. I told you, one, Tyler Shuck, all the Saints fans that are hating right now, the narrative will turn. They will see something they like. They'll see a little flash, and they will be rooting for him in the opposite way that they are now. Obviously, that's panned out. Then my best pick, I don't even care about that pick. That's not the best take. The best take was the Pats winning double digits and win the division because I had everybody like, what the hell are you talking about? Guess what? They're in the Super Bowl, baby. So it pains me so bad to give you this pick because I want to ride with my guys. I want to ride with the Standard, with Patriots Nation, with Mike Vrabel, with Kayshawn, with Will, with the guys. I want to ride with them. I can't. I think Seattle wins, guys. I got a trick up my sleeve for you. Come on. No, I couldn't get you minus 235 on the money line. Come on. That's not value. You got to understand something about this program. We like to give good picks, but we got to give you some value. We got to give you something a little plus, something to try to make some money on. You know what I mean? Everybody like this. You hear that? Everybody likes that. Everybody likes a little green. Take the Seahawks to win by 1-10. A 10-point winning band. Seahawks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. That's plus 135. Get a little juice. I think the Super Bowl could be a little close. You got 2 good defenses. I could see a closer win. 10 points ain't even that close. It's still 2 possessions. You know what I mean? If it's a 10-point win with 5 minutes left, everybody damn near know what's going to happen. So that's my take. Seahawks 1-10. I don't know if it'll work, but that's the juice that I'm chasing for you boys. I do think the Seahawks get it done now. All right, before I hop out, I got to react to this. I was debating back and forth. Should I talk about it? Should I bring it up? Should I make fun? Yeah, I'm going to make fun. I like to make fun of things sometimes. And this one is low-hanging fruit right here, boys. What is this? The Big Ten dropping a championship trifecta shirt. I mean, look, I get it. I get it. Y'all got the three-peat. Before the three-peat, the last time this happened for the Big Ten was in the damn 1940s, almost a whole century ago. So sure, celebrate. I want to point out that this is little brother energy. Straight up. I want to point out that if anything definitively proves, which we don't need this to prove it, but if there is anything you can point to say, hey, the SEC is the top conference of college football, I'm sorry, it is this. I'm sorry. Before this 3P, the SEC had a 4P, 2019 to 2022. LSU, Bama, UGA back-to-back. You want to get this, though? Before that, there was an even better streak. 8 SEC championships in a row. 2005 to 2012, you had Texas, Florida, LSU, Florida, Bama, Auburn, and then Bama and Bama. 8 in a row. So congrats, Big Ten. I'm proud. You got 3 in a row. It probably won't happen again. Might take you another 100 years. But, hey, you got to be able to celebrate something. Got to be able to celebrate something. All right, I'm leaving you out of here. Super Bowl Sunday. Come on, tap in. We'll be live Monday at 9 a.m. You know the drill. Hit that thumbs up as we walk out. Damon, congratulations, my guy. Coco, what's up, dude? And we're shacking out. This has been the Verdin Verdict. I'm your guy, Jacob Verdin. Enjoy that Super Bowl. Hope y'all make some money. Hope I didn't lead you astray. But I think we got juice. I'm feeling it. Had to be on record. All right, enjoy the weekend. Goodbye.